60 years ago, my doctor told me something I laughed at. He said, "Harold, the body you have at 70 is built by what you do at 40. I was 42 years old. I felt fine, so I laughed, walked out of that office, lit a cigarette in the parking lot, and drove home to eat a plate of fried pork chops. I am 103 now, and I have not laughed at that man since. My name is Harold James Calloway. I live alone in Knoxville, Tennessee. I have outlived my wife, my brother, my best friend, and every single person I grew up with. And lately I have been sitting in this kitchen thinking about all the ways I slowly, quietly, without ever meaning to, destroyed the only body I was ever going to get. Nobody wants to hear what I am about to say. My daughter told me to leave it alone. But I did not live 103 years to stay quiet about the things that cost me the most. So here it is, all of it. The things I did to myself for decades while telling myself everything was fine.
The first thing I got wrong, and I got it wrong for nearly 40 years, was treating my body like it was invincible. I worked at a steel mill in Pittsburgh. Hard physical labor every single day, and because I was tired at the end of those days, I told myself I did not need to do anything else. I was moving enough, I was working enough, my body was getting what it needed. It was not getting what it needed. There is a difference between labor and movement. Labor wears specific parts of you down, movement builds you up. I was wearing myself down at work and then coming home and sitting in a chair and wondering why my knees started going at 52, wondering why I was out of breath walking up a flight of stairs at 58, wondering why by the time I retired at 67, I felt like a man who had already used himself up. My neighbor Walter was a retired school teacher. Soft hands, easy job, nothing like the physical work I did. But Walter walked every single morning. Rain, cold, did not matter. 30 minutes, same route, every day. I used to shake my head at him from my porch, thought it was almost embarrassing how much importance he placed on a simple walk. Walter outlived everyone on our street. He was sharp until 94. He told me once, and I did not understand it until 30 years later. He said, "Harold, I walk every morning so that my body knows I still intend to use it." I started walking at 68 after a minor heart scare gave me no other choice. 30 minutes every morning, that's all. And I will tell you something that still surprises me when I think about it. Those 30 minutes added more quality to my years than almost anything else I ever did. My blood pressure came down, my sleep got better, my mind got clearer, my doctor started looking less worried every time I came in. 30 minutes, that's all Walter was doing, that's all it took. The body you do not use becomes the body that fails you. Not all at once, not dramatically, slowly, quietly, in ways that take years to fully show up, and by the time they show up, you have already lost the window where the damage was easy to stop. Move every single day, not because you want to, not because you feel like it, because your body needs to know you still intend to use it. The second regret is harder to say, because it makes me sound like a man who did not know better. I did not know better, that is the truth. I ate the same way my entire adult life. Whatever was fast, whatever was filling, whatever tasted good. Fried everything. Red meat every night. White bread, sugary drinks, whatever was cheap and easy and satisfied the hunger fast. I grew up poor, and food was fuel, and that was the end of the conversation. When Eleanor started changing how she cooked in her early 60s after a health scare, I made her life miserable about it, complained at every meal, called it rabbit food, pushed my plate away and drove to the diner down the road to get what I actually wanted. 3 years later, Eleanor's cholesterol was down. Her energy was better.
Her doctor was pleased. She looked and moved like a woman 10 years younger than she was. And I was sitting in a cardiologist's office at 71, being told that the arteries around my heart were showing the kind of buildup that takes decades to develop. Decades, which meant the damage had been happening since I was in my 40s, and I had not known, and had not asked, and had not thought once about what I was actually doing to myself every time I sat down to eat. Food is not just fuel. I know that sounds like something they print on a wellness calendar, but I am telling you from the inside of a 103-year-old body that has had to live with every single decision I made at the dinner table. Food is information. Every meal is either telling your body to build or telling your body to break down. And you make that choice 3 times a day, every day, for your entire life. I did not change everything. I did not become someone I was not, but I cut back on the things that were hurting me and added more of the things that helped. And the difference over the following decade was real and measurable, and I grieve that I waited so long to take it seriously. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to stop being careless.
Third regret. This one I am almost embarrassed to say because it sounds so simple. I did not sleep. Not because I could not, because I would not, because sleeping felt like time I was wasting, because in the world I grew up in, the men who were up late and up early were the men who were serious about their lives. Sleep was for people who did not have enough to do. So I ran on 5 and 6 hours a night for most of my adult life, and I called it discipline. In 1987, I was 66 years old, and I went to see a neurologist about some memory issues I had been quietly worried about for a couple of years. Small things, names slipping, conversations I could not quite hold on to. He asked me how long I had been sleeping the way I was sleeping. I told him. He was quiet for a moment, and then he said, "Mr. Calloway, your brain cleans itself at night. When you do not sleep, the cleaning does not happen, and what does not get cleaned builds up." I have thought about that sentence almost every day since. I'm 103, and my mind is still mostly with me. I'm grateful for that every single morning. But I sit here sometimes, and I think about what 40 years of poor sleep did to my brain before I started taking it seriously. What I might have been able to hold on to, what I lost so slowly I did not even notice it going. The men I knew who prided themselves on never needing much sleep, sharp men, capable men, most of them declined mentally in their 70s in ways that frightened their families. The ones who lasted, who stayed present and clear well into old age, almost without exception, they were the ones who slept and did not apologize for it. 8 hours is not laziness. It is the most important thing you do all day. The fact that you are unconscious for it does not make it less essential. It makes it more. Stop stealing from your sleep to give to everything else. You are not getting ahead. You are getting behind in a way that will take years to show up and a lifetime to regret. The fourth regret took me until my 80s to fully understand, and it is this: I never learned to be still. My whole life I was moving, working, solving, fixing, managing. If I sat down, it was because I had run out of fuel, and the moment the tank refilled, I was up again. Stillness felt like laziness. Silence felt like something was wrong. I did not know how to just be in a day without filling every corner of it with noise. What this did to my body over time was not something I could see. It was not like a bad knee or a high blood pressure reading. It was subtler than that. My nervous system was permanently switched on. I was always slightly braced for the next thing, the next problem, the next demand. Even in the evenings, even on weekends, even supposed to be relaxing, I was not actually relaxing. My body was still holding everything tight.
The research on what chronic stress does to the body over decades is not comforting. It affects the heart, it affects the immune system, it affects sleep, digestion, memory, mood. Your body cannot tell the difference between a real emergency and the constant low hum of a mind that never fully powers down. It just stays ready. And staying ready for 50 years is a kind of slow damage that does not send you a bill until very late. I learned stillness in my 80s because Eleanor passed, and the house went quiet in a way that gave me no choice but to sit inside it. And what I found in that stillness was not emptiness. It was the first clear view I had ever had of my own life. The gratitude, the perspective, the ability to notice what was good about a Tuesday morning instead of just surviving it on the way to something else. Sit down before life forces you to. Close the phone. Close the laptop. Sit somewhere quiet for 10 minutes and let your nervous system remember what it feels like to not be needed. It is not nothing. It is one of the most important things you can do for a body that has been running on high alert since the day you became an adult.
The fifth regret is the one that connects all the others, and it is the one I most want you to carry out of here today. I waited until something broke before I took care of anything. I did not start moving until my heart gave me a warning. I did not change what I ate until my arteries were already damaged. I did not start sleeping properly until my memory started going. I did not learn stillness until grief forced it on me. Every single good change I made in my life came as a response to damage that was already done. I was always reacting, never preventing. And I understand why. When you feel fine, taking care of yourself feels optional. The habits that are hurting you do not hurt yet. The cigarettes feel like stress relief. The bad food feels like comfort. The missing sleep feels like productivity. The constant busyness feels like purpose. None of it announces what it is costing you while it is costing you. It just quietly runs a tab. And then one day you are sitting in a doctor's office and the tab comes due, and it is larger than you expected, and some of it you can pay back and some of it you cannot. I am 103 years old and I am still here, and I count that as a grace I did not fully earn, because the choices I made for the first 60 years of my life should have taken me out earlier than this. I got lucky in ways I did not deserve. You may not get as lucky. So hear me when I say this. The version of you that exists at 70, at 80, at whatever age you get to, that version is being built right now, today, by what you eat this week, and whether you move, and how much you sleep, and whether you ever let yourself be still. Not dramatically, not all at once, one quiet choice at a time, compounding in a direction you will not fully see until you are already living the consequences. You still have the thing I ran out of, time, and time is only useful if you use it before you need it.
Start before something breaks, because fixing is harder than keeping. And keeping is just a decision you make every single morning before the day gets loud enough to make it for you. I made that decision 40 years too late. You still have time to make it right.